Greetings and salutations, exiles. There's a few discussions I want to talk about, but I'm going to break them up into three different videos. As many of you know, I play on 1931, which is a no ping PvP server, and it's got a kind of a unique set of characteristics that exist because it's basically an international community. We got the Chinese, we got the Russians, we got a little bit of Latin America, we got the Aussies, and then we have the Americans. And it's pretty much it's crazy because of the dynamic. It's pretty much fragmented by language. So the Aussies, the Americans, and the Latin Americans have joined up because there's enough Americans that speak Spanish that it's has become an alliance. And then it's and the Koreans are a part of this too. And so the Koreans they typically align with the Americans. And then you have the Chinese and the Taiwanese, um, and sometimes Japanese play a little bit too. And so you have to be creative in your building practices, um, things get exploited. Things, that you have to, you can't build the what's beautiful or what looks architecturally pleasing. You have to kind of build lots of redundancies. So what a lot of times what you'll see doors that are on the second floor. They'll double foundation up, and then they'll build doors on the second floor, and then they'll do sandstone steps up to the second floor because doors are weak. And so, doors got like 25,000 hit points, foundation's got 100,000 hit points, and then you can align them with fences. So that gives you 200,000 hit points if you do it right? Versus just going through a door, which is 25,000 hit points. So then you kind of get into the whole. They use arrows. Um, they use arrows to get through the door. And so what you do is you use sandstone foundation, or sandstone steps up to the second door. So if they try to hit the door, they blow through the steps first, and then they have to climb up and climb into the building. And then what you do is you put a bottom layer of anti climb fencing. And those are just kind of some strategies to kind of hold back the horde. But I would like to see, the sandstone building pieces. I would like to see a simple wood structure, or a simple wood with the same hit points. Basically it's a reskin tier one set. Um, tier two kind of doesn't have the application that it needs to have. I mean, even though people just it kind of exists within two realms. You're either existing in tier one or tier three ultimately. People often skipped the tier two altogether. It doesn't get the usage. So I kind of feel like tier two in a lot of ways needs to become more niche in design. But the one thing I'd definitely like to see is tier one fleshed out. So you know how you have DLCs and you have Aquilonian, and you have the Frontier set, and then what is it? Aquilonian, Frontier, and then the new Persian design DLC. I'd like to see some of those extended to tier one, because tier one is a very niche kind of thing where people often build tier one to work out geometries on building. So I would like to see a scaffolding set. Same hit points as tier one, but maybe reverse the assets. Instead of being stone um, to wood ratio, now it's opposite. More stone and more wood instead of and less stone versus. But it could have the same hit points and the same characteristics. You're just kind of flopping the uh, the assets required, and but it has the same physics in the game, and when people blow it up, it's the same attributes. You're just kind of manipulating a little bit of existing systems and giving a little bit more variety. Like I could build simple wood steps and not have it look so rudimentary, and it would go really nice with my frontier stuff. So when they try to blow open the door, they blow through the simple wood steps. And I kind of explained that scenario earlier, and just kind of flesh out that tier one building set a little bit more. But as always, I guess that's the highlight of this video is flesh out the tier one building set, where you instead of just having sandstone, you have more options that exist within that tier one realm. I hope that makes sense. As always, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. And be critical.